on. Jeff is here with a big send-off for Becky Hammon.
Yeah, it was a huge send-off last night. Last night was her last home regular season game. Emotions were high. It was really touching, a tearjerker from the opening tip-off all the way until her last play. Check this out.
This place rises as one as Becky Hammon comes out of the game.
Emotions were at an all-time high last night as WNBA legend Becky Hammon played her last regular season home game. But first, it's finally the day Cowboys fans have been waiting for. We get to see how Tony Romo and his surgically repaired back hold up in game action. Romo set out the first preseason game. You guys remember that ugly loss to the Chargers last week, but says that sitting out was strictly precautionary. Well, I guess it's time to throw caution to the wind because Romo will suit up with the rest of the Cowboys tonight, and he says this injury has given him a new perspective on how to play the game.
Every game that you play, you're not guaranteed anything. So it's special just to play football. It's special to play for, the team that I get to play for, and it's special to get out there and put the helmet on. So to me, I don't take that for granted, and I know that it's a great feeling when you do get out there.
Fans can begin to celebrate Romo's return when the Cowboys take on the Ravens tonight at 6. Now, the Texans, they had nothing to celebrate after falling flat in their first preseason game. 13 penalties, 2 early interceptions, and being held scoreless through 4 quarters. Well, that's just not what you want to do. But All-Pro defensive end J.J. Watt says even though they're down, the Texans are far from out.
I think the tempo's been great. I think the guys have been working hard. I think we've been running through some things. Obviously, you're going to have your share of mistakes. Guys are going to be working through some things. But what I like is everybody's attitude, everybody's intensity, and the way that we're attacking practices is really good.
The Texans will host the Falcons tonight at 7. Now, 7 points and 10 assists in a professional basketball game, that's usually not a huge story. But last night, in the case of Becky Hammon, she was the story. Hammon took the court for her last regular season home game, and she got things going early. Check out this first quarter 3. Yep, that'll get the fans on their feet. But what really made the night special was the way Becky was celebrated after the Silver Stars won.
The relationship you had with your fans, you're a role model for so many of us. And from the organization, from the community of San Antonio, from your teammates, we can't thank you enough for everything you've brought to San Antonio and to our team. We love you.
It was real touching last night. That win clinched a playoff spot for the Silver Stars, who hope to extend Hammon's career as long as possible. Now I have a question for you. Who's the best college football team in Texas? Well, the preseason polls say it's Baylor. Art Briles tells us what to expect from the Bears this season right after this.
You got to know where guys are going to be. Otherwise, it's a negative play, and I don't like negative plays.
Well, he sounds like a leader, and he's saying all the right things. But one question remains. Just how far can Bryce Petty take the Baylor Bears this year? They're coming off an 11-win season and an appearance in the Fiesta Bowl, so expectations in Waco, well, they're as high as they've ever been. But Coach Briles thinks the biggest obstacle now is just staying healthy.
We're doing okay. We just got a few guys tweaked up. Corey and Jay Lee both tweaked up today, and of course Clay's out for a while. So from that standpoint, that kind of makes us have to refigure a couple of sets and personnel issues. But that's what fall camp's for. Hopefully they'll be back here in a week or so, and we'll be ready to go August 31st.
The Bears will open up the season at home against SMU. And check this out. On the screen now, you see Cowboys tight end Jason Witten and running back DeMarco Murray. These guys decided the best way to end camp was with a good old ice bucket challenge.
Oh, boy.
This trend is sweeping social media. Now, the deal is, if you're challenged, you either have to dump ice water on yourself and film it, of course, donate $100 towards fighting ALS, or do both. Now, both.
Go both.
Now, I want to say that looks fun, but cold temperatures and we go way back. We don't like
now you're asking for it, Jeff. No, but the ALS Association, such a wonderful organization, and just, advocates for a terrible disease and a great cause there that so many people are jumping on. So
might as well jump in with both hands. Give the money and have some fun.
And we do have the heat, so ice heat. In Texas, it may work.
A day like today, that ice will melt like this. So it won't be any big deal.
All right, thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back.